through. The tech is working today. Woohoo! We should be live everywhere. So we're live back on the business page, in my free group, on YouTube and on Instagram. So sorry about the live a couple of days ago. For those of you that were trying to follow the link on my business page, my software wasn't working and it just kept coming up with an error message. So I just literally couldn't go live on my business page. But we're back. We're cooking with gas today, which is great. What I want to share with you in today's live is what you really should be doing on socials, like today. You need to adapt. If you're doing the same things that you were doing a year ago, now kind of even 6 months ago with your content, it may not necessarily be working for you. So we have to adapt and change. And I'm going to share with you some things, some tips, excuse me, in this video that you should really think about if you want to be successful, like online today. Okay. The one thing that doesn't change is if you think about the underlying strategy of what works online, just go back to the strategy that I teach here, the ABC of social selling success: attract, build, and convert. That doesn't change. But what you do inside the attract phase and the build phase and the convert phase does change with time. So just to recap, if you don't know what that strategy is, attract is attracting people to you. Build is building your brand and influence over those people that you've attracted to you, so then you can convert to customers and team members. And you cannot miss a step. And for those of you that are all confused and you're overwhelmed and you're trying to learn all the strategies and you're trying to be on all the platforms, just strip it back and just stick to ABC of social selling success and get really good at attract content, build content, and then learning to convert, because all of that is a skill. Attract is obviously you always need new eyeballs. You always need new followers on each of the platforms. If you're not, you're talking to the same people that aren't buying from you anyway, and you're creating content for virtually nobody and you're wasting your time. You don't want to do that. So you always want to be attracting new people to you. The build phase is you want to be building your brand and your influence over those people, though, because there's no use having 100,000 followers, but nobody is buying anything off you because you got no influence over them. You're not building a brand over that. That is a complete waste of time to create multiple pieces of content online, but nobody buys anything because you're not really building a brand. You're not really building any influence. Complete waste of time. But then, like, once you've done that, you've got to learn how to convert. And that's a skill: how to talk to people, how to build the relationship, how to convert to a sale, how to get into the friend zone. So each one of those is equally important. That's what you should be doing online to be successful. Coaching community members. If you are in my coaching community, last week I did a detailed training on the attract phase. I've just finished a detailed training on the build phase. It was gutsy. Like, I gave you so many examples and so many explanations and so many ideas, and I gave you full notes, which I've shared in the coaching community Facebook group. So for both of those, go back and watch those trainings, because that's the foundation that you need to go back to be successful online. Okay, next week I'll do the convert stage in the coaching community. But here's how you need to adapt. Okay, these are the things that you need to sort of think about. You don't need to build a massive audience online. This is what everybody's thinking about, is the vanity metrics. I need more likes. I need more loves. I need more followers. You're thinking about all of those kind of things. What you need is the right audience. And you can have a smaller audience but get better results these days than having a large audience and very few results. So, times have changed in that way. I love, and I was just explaining this in the coaching community training, I love getting videos with only like 2,000 or 3,000 kind of people on them. But I get 10 or 20 leads from that video. So, that's when you're doing something well, when you have small views, but you're attracting the right people, and they're high quality leads, because you're getting a good number of leads from a video that's got like a small amount of views. Okay. So here's what you want to do. Number one, stop thinking about followers and really start thinking about how you can attract viewers. Followers isn't the ceiling anymore. Like, followers used to be the ceiling, but not anymore. If you think about reels, whenever you do a reel, The majority of people that see a reel are non-followers, and that's what you want to focus on. Non-followers, like especially in the attract phase of the ABC of social selling success. So what you want to be thinking about is, what can I create today for somebody that doesn't know me, that would stop and consume that piece of content? So what kind of content can I create that somebody that doesn't know me would be attracted to me and want to watch that piece of content? So you want to focus on how you get eyeballs, and you got to keep the eyeballs as well, but how you get the eyeballs, how you keep the eyeballs. So it's not like followers is no longer the ceiling. You can attract lots of non-followers to become followers, but what you want to focus on, if somebody doesn't know me, what kind of content could I create that would help somebody get to know me, like me, trust me, and want to continue to follow me? So that's kind of what you want to think about. Secondly, original content is key. We are now getting penalized by the platforms for copying content. This is a catch, particularly in network marketing, because your company or your leaders might be giving you graphics when there's a sale on. And so you use those graphics because they're given to you to use. Or you might have leaders that write posts and say, here's a content idea for, and then you all copy the same wording in that post. If you copy other people's content, for the most part, your algorithm will be penalized. You're going to really let yourself down on socials if you're not creating original content. So even in my coaching community, I give them a content creation idea and engagement post idea every single week. But in the content creation idea where I've got a written post, I always say in it, make sure you change this or plug it in AI and say, give me a different version of this. Because if you write exactly the same things as somebody else, you will get penalized. Where you're going to get rewarded on social media is if you create original content. Now, you can still learn from other leaders and uplines and people that you follow online, but you want to put your spin on it. You want to put your perspective on it. You want to put your interpretation of something on it. You want to put your personality into it. You want to put your story into it. So it's got to be originally, you. That's what matters on socials these days. So have a think about the content that you're creating. Even though you might be inspired by other leaders and what they're doing and creating content similar to them, does it have your spin on it? Does it have your voice in it? Does it have your personality in it? It is just so important. There is something about your content that is unique and original to you. And that's how you're going to get rewarded on social media in the algorithms. So really important to think about, because especially with company graphics and things like that, you've got to be a creator of your own ideas, your own opinions, your own story, your own journey, and share that a lot, because that's what you're going to be rewarded for on social media. Okay. Number 3, polished is losing ground to being authentically human. So I don't know about you guys, but if you're a bit of a perfectionist, it really holds you back on social media. It held me back for a very long time. I remember when I first started doing live videos, I said to my husband, I can't believe this. It's taken me like 3 hours to prepare for a 10-minute live video. Like, it drove me nuts, because I was researching what I wanted to say, and then I'd write it all out, and then I'd actually rehearse it, because I thought it looked bad to have notes. Like, I have notes every single live video, every live video. Like, who cares if you got notes? Like, the perfection was really holding me back. Let me say, people do not relate to perfection. It just puts you further out of reach, out of touch, if you're striving for perfection. So one, it'll hold you back. If you don't think everything's right, you don't think everything's perfect, you haven't got the perfect hair, makeup, backdrop, all that kind of stuff. Like, since my downstairs area has been flooded, I'm sitting literally on the end of my kitchen bench. You can see bananas in the basket, in the back there. Like, it is what is. You don't need the perfect backdrop. It's what you say and it's what you share that is important. So the key to that is obviously letting go the perfection, but it needs to be your voice. It needs to be your passion. It needs to be your personality. You really need to let the human side of you come out. So if you use AI too much, you will lose that. AI is amazing for research, brainstorming, ideas, analyzing hooks, analyzing your socials, content creation ideas, all of that. AI is amazing. Creating PDFs and guides and all that kind of stuff. AI is fabulous for all of that kind of stuff. But if you rely on AI too much for your content, you'll end up losing the human side, the authentic side of you, and you'll lose ground on social media for that. So where are you? Where's your personality? Where's your quirkiness? Where's the things that make you unique to you? And how are you showing that on social media? Are you showing your face? Are you letting people hear your voice? Are you showing up and just talking like I'm talking now? Obviously, I'm teaching something, and I've got my notes, but I kind of read my notes to prompt me, but I still ad lib and share and whatever. Now that comes with time. I do realize some of you don't have the skill to do that, but you'll never get better at something unless you practice it, right? So you've just got to get started and be okay with not being a perfectionist. And honestly, it makes you more human, which makes you more relatable, which is what you're going for on social media today. That's why people trust you. When you're honest, and if you're newer to social media, newer to lives, those kind of things, if you say, I'm pretty nervous to be going live, I haven't done this very often, but I just really want to share because I'm passionate about, and I want to share what I'm learning. Like if you show up that way, people will respect that. So you want more of that, okay? Number 4, stop chasing sort of the likes, the loves, the vanity metrics. What you're really going for is creating content that people want to share. They want to save. You want them to talk about. You want to tag people in. They're really valuable kind of content that makes people kind of stop and listen. It's not really, social media is not look at me, look at what I'm doing, look at what I'm kind of sharing. Social media is more about, let me help you. What can I share today that can help you? And here's my story. Here's my journey. This is what's helped me. I can help you. So you don't want to chase the vanity metrics because they don't mean much. You want to chase the shares, the saves, even controversial stuff. The stuff that people would talk about. Okay, did you see that post from Helen? Oh my gosh, whatever. Like, create things that people are going to talk about. Create things that people want to save. Something that I'm doing more of on my Menopause and Hormone Harmony channels on TikTok and Instagram is I'm just sharing more recipes because, one, it's my journey. It's what I'm doing for my health journey. But I know it's helpful to others. There's no call to action. I'm not asking for anything. I'm just sharing because I know that's helpful to my audience. And I'm thinking about that all the time. What would be helpful to my audience? So that's good, attract content, but it helps me get content that's saved more. So think about those kind of things. And the 5th one, how can you create a sense of community? Now, community can mean many different things. If you've got something like a Facebook group for your community, amazing, but I'm not saying run away and go and create a Facebook group. Making people feel like they're part of something. So this is why I love Instagram and TikTok with creating a brand, is that, on Facebook, I share a variety of content like my family and business and what's going on in my life and inspiration and motivation and all those kind of things, product stuff. So it's a mismatch, which is fine. On Instagram and TikTok, I don't do that. I don't share that variety of content. I stay in the lane with who I help and what I help, people with. And so people feel like it's a sense of community in a way because it's all about the one thing. And people that are there in that audience chatting and whatever, we're all talking about the same thing. We're all sharing the same problems. We're all sharing, the same frustrations because it's on a particular topic. Okay, so you can create a sense of community like that as well. You also create a sense of community just by caring about your audience and engaging with them and replying to them. It amazes me how many people put out content on whatever platform, and then I'll scroll their content and there's all these replies and they're not responded to. That doesn't make anybody feel part of a community in any way. So if you're putting content out there, you have to look back at that content and make sure that you are replying to those people and asking them questions and getting them in the DM and making them feel seen and heard. That creates a sense of community. So you just put a little bit more effort into the conversations and building the relationships with people online, which is what you need to do today. You can't just sit back, create content, and wait for the people to come. It doesn't work that way. Especially if you've got a small audience and you don't have influence over that audience. And again, if you don't, this is where you've got to sit in attract and build before you can convert. Okay? Coaching community members, remember the training I did last week on the attract phase, detailed training on that. And today I've done the build phase, gutsy note, like 7 pages worth of notes and examples and a wealth of ideas for you guys to adopt. That's what's important. Okay. When you create that place of sort of care, it really shines through. I read this to my coaching community earlier, and I'll read it to you. I picked up a comment this morning from my Instagram. And what the person said is, you are a beautiful human being, and I am very thankful God led me to you. I have only just met you, but I will keep on watching. And then wrote another message on another video. I really, really like you. I can see that you are the real deal. No fibbing, no adding, whatever. You just really care. Wow. Thank you. So that was a couple of comments I woke up to from Instagram this morning. So I genuinely do care about what I do and how I help people and the information that I share and that comes across. And this is what you need to portray online these days. Too much B-roll content, too much fluffy content, too much entertaining content. It's good. It might get you numbers, but it's not going to help you build a relationship or build a sense of community or build a sense of trust from people that actually want to buy from you. So you can spend a lot of time creating that kind of content, but eventually it will become exhausting because you won't end up converting and it'll take you out of the game. Okay. So there's other things, but they're the main things. I don't want this video to go together, but I do want to share, and this is not to sort of toot my own horn, but I did, oops, now I'm throwing my notes everywhere. I've just been nominated by for the Direct Selling Association awards for 2026 for the whole of Australia amongst, there's 9 of us for the whole country. So I'm up against women, against, I think there was Arbonne, Juice Plus, Partner Co, Thermomix and Young Living and my company. And it's just a privilege to be nominated amongst those amazing women from those other companies. So I know what I do works. Like I'm still the #1 enroller in my company. So if you really listen to what I'm sharing with you and cut through the fluff, stop looking at everything and just stick to the basics, like I keep sharing with you, the ABC of social selling success, the attract phase, the build phase, and the convert stage, and get really good at every one of those phases. And remember, the 3 C's: content, conversations, and then conversion. That fits within the ABC. Okay. Just, it's hard for me to portray. I'm just so passionate about this because I know my results are from just cutting through all the fluff that is out there online and just sticking to those basics and doing the do and staying focused. It's so freeing for me at the moment, even with emails that come in, delete. There are so many people that I follow and I love following them and seeing what the newest things are out there. But that piece of advice isn't going to make any difference to my results. It's what I'm doing consistently and focused that is getting my results. So that's what you want to get better at. Okay. But you can't do today what you did 6 months or a year ago. You've got to concentrate on these things that I shared within this video and find a way to get, what's the word I'm looking for? Original content. You need to let people get to know you. It's your personality, particularly in this industry. You are the one that makes the difference. The companies are the same, products are the same, comp plans are the same. Marketing materials are the same. The prices are all the same in your company. What makes the difference online is you. So you've got to show up differently with all these things I've shared in this video. Okay? I hope this is helpful. I hope you take this on board. I hope you take notice of those things, those notes that I've just thrown on the floor. But you know what I mean. Okay? It works. That's it for me. I've shared enough for one video. You will see me next week giving you more free training just because I like to give back to the industry. And think about that. What are you giving to your industry? What are you giving to your audience? I do these videos twice a week, and I really give and I really put thought into what I share with you for nothing. I don't ask you for anything. So one, I hope it's helpful, but two, it helps obviously strengthen my influence, of somebody in the industry, because I'm getting results with everything that I teach as well. Okay, so I hope it's helpful for what it's worth. If it's helpful, let me know in the comments. I would love to know what I share. If you listen to my trainings every week, if they are helpful. Okay, so I will see you next week. Same bat channel, same bat time, twice a week. Same. Probably still in my kitchen. It'll be months probably before I get my office back downstairs. Man, insurance, why do they take so long to fix things? Does my head in. Anyway, we push on. See you next week. Bye.